Hello everyone and welcome to Informed by Tarot. My name is Jessie G and in this reading I will do an energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. This will be a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you guys. Take what applies, don't overthink what doesn't. And if you want a personalized reading, you can always go to my website www.informedbytarot.com to book a session with me. I give options for personalized pre-recorded readings that address your questions, as well as bookings for live readings that can be done via Zoom. Take a second to click subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so as of yet, and let's begin. Hello my dear Capricorn, this is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame, what energies you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe for you. It's cool. The beneficial energies are represented by the Justice card. The energies that you should be cautious of are represented by the Seven of Pentacles card, and the advice from the universe is represented by the Nine of Swords. Really interesting week coming up for you, my dear Capricorn. You're definitely going to have to make some serious decisions to balance your life out, and these decisions will definitely connect with some serious issues in your life. Maybe you're dealing with some legal issues. You could be dealing with like something that pertains to the law, as in like maybe you're dealing with a tax attorney, or you are going through a divorce, or even if you're going through a marriage situation, definitely some kind of a legal aspect will be highlighted for you this week, and you will need to balance it out in your life in a sense that like you got to figure out how the law works and how to make that law work for you. This could even affect your work situation. Maybe there's somebody in HR who said something or did something in regards to you. Like somebody could have like made some kind of a complaint about you, or it could have been you who made the complaint or thinking about making a complaint. And definitely this week it's important to understand what your legal rights are and what are you what is like what's applicable for you and what's not. Definitely not a week to push through without knowing enough. Like it's good to acknowledge this week that you don't know enough, especially in the area of law. Unless you're a lawyer or you're working for the justice systems, like jokes aside, like unless this issue is really close to you and you thoroughly understand it, it's okay to acknowledge that you don't know certain things. Now it's coming to me, this could even have to do with a mortgage situation or like a lease situation if you're trying to move to a new place or rent a new place out, or if you're trying to get some renters in your own home. You gotta understand the law. You gotta understand what you're entitled to and what you're not entitled to. Again, this can apply to literally any area of your life. This can apply to your children and their schooling situation. This can apply to like even understanding what your rights are. If you book a trip somewhere and now you want to cancel, what kind of money you're entitled to, what money you're not entitled to. So this week you're gonna have to deal with some things that have to do with law, that have to do with like some guidelines, and you need to understand those. And the advice from the universe is attend to the way that you're thinking about things, because if you are in a situation that's like where you have to make a quick decision, it could really drain you a lot, and you could become not become, but you can get into the space of thinking, like this hopelessness could surround you thinking, and just kind of like feeling like the world is cruel, and why me? Why am I supposed to deal with this? However, the universe is like reminding you that the way you think about a situation is definitely gonna help your outcome to come to you faster or slower. What I mean by that is that if you're gonna be in that very anxious, negative mindset, you will not be able to see certain things clearly, especially in the areas of life that you already don't fully understand. Make sure you take some time to yourself. Make sure you take care of your own mental state. Remember to rest. Remember to give yourself some love, some self-love, and take this week ahead with some grace, because you're gonna overcome whatever it is that you gotta deal with. It's just like one of those, life situations. There's always life situations, and you're gonna do just fine. Just watch your thinking. Try to be nice to yourself, and remember that you don't know everything, and that's okay. Totally okay. I love you, my dear Capricorn. I hope this reading helped you. Please like the video and click subscribe. Also, leave a comment to let me know how your week played out for you. Have a great week, my dear Capricorn. Okay, let's move on to our next sign. Okay, dear Aquarius, welcome. This is your energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Sorry, I'm living like in a different week for some reason. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame. Energies that you should be cautious of, and advice that the universe has for you. I'm already feeling a really nice energy from you, my dear Aquarius, and we haven't even started yet. So look at that. The beneficial energy is the Judgment card. The energy that you should be cautious of is the King of Pentacles. And advice from the universe is the King of Wands. Very nice energy. Definitely a lot of confidence there, my dear Aquarius. Seems like whatever you've been working on is finally showing its signs. If you've been giving a lot in a relationship, if you've been giving a lot at your job situation, if you've been investing your time and your energy into bettering your career, finally this week you should see glimpses of accomplishment, glimpses of that, payoff. Like, you're gonna finally see the results, especially as it comes to relationships. A lot of you guys have had to deal with like material things as they pertain to your relationships. And finally this week you're gonna see how all the conversations that you had are actually paying off. And also this week is going to be a great week of healing, because it's going to bring you confidence. Once you're going to see those results, you're going to realize that, hey, I'm amazing. I can do whatever I want. And maybe it's going to even motivate you to start some other things that you were too scared to start before. And again, this could deal with a lot of different aspects of life. Like, your life is your life, and you know how this applies to you. I see for a lot of you is definitely in relationships. Many of you, it's going to be work related. Some of you, it might even be like a gym situation. If you bought a gym membership or you started the program, you will finally see those results. What energy you should be cautious of is that you're not there yet. Like, you gotta understand that you're not fully there yet, and you still don't know certain things, and you still have to be flexible with the people around you, and you have to be flexible with yourself as well. The rigid attitude is not gonna be super helpful for you this week, and just continue looking at the big picture. That's what the advice is. Like, continue looking at the big picture. Continue seeing what challenges you still have on your path. Be honest with yourself. Acknowledge those challenges and plan on how are you going to overcome them. So if this is a relationship situation and you guys are dealing with money and trying to figure out how to make your dollar stretch in a way, like trying to figure out who's paying for which bills, what your financial responsibilities are as a couple. For those of you who are coupled and are dealing with this, there's still some, no, it's not fully fleshed out yet, or you might think that it's fully fleshed out. However, there's still some things that you can improve upon your agreement. So definitely good time to revisit all that stuff. If this is a work situation and you're working on becoming better, like getting a new license or getting more education towards bettering your career and furthering yourself, there's still stuff that you gotta do, and there's still stuff that you do not know. And if that's the case, whatever you learned in your classes, just keep it to yourself for now. There's no reason to like throw it out there to your coworkers and be like, hey, this is what I know. Because there's still some things that you don't know. And it just might put you like in a really weird position later on. So acknowledge what you don't know. Also appreciate your successes. Appreciate what you've accomplished thus far. And stay honest with yourself. Like, stay honest with yourself. Reflect on your big picture and see what else needs to be done. Amazing energy. I absolutely love it. Like, the second I put these cards down for you, it felt so nice. My dear Aquarius, I absolutely love you. Have a great week, and also click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. Leave a comment to let me know how this week played out. Have a great week. My dear Pisces, welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see. Oh, look at the cards. They just want to come out, so I'll move them out. What energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame? What energies you should be cautious of? And advice that the universe has for you. Let's see what we have here. Short nails. Useless. Interesting energy. Interesting week coming up for you, my dear Pisces. The beneficial energy is being represented by the Seven of Wands. The energy that you should be cautious of is the Nine of Cups, and advice is represented by the Page of Pentacles. Definitely you will see some obstacles in your path this upcoming week, and the universe will call you to continue moving forward despite of all the little obstacles that gonna come up. And you will see a lot of things out of nowhere that will appear as if they're trying to hinder your process. What I mean by that is it could be a work situation where you're working on something, you're putting a lot of energy into it, you've done it in a way that you understood was the right way to do it, and now you might present it to your colleagues or your boss, and they look at it and be like, oh dear Pisces, you know what, you're missing like X, Y, and Z. And all of a sudden you're gonna have to go back and kind of like revamp of what you already started, what you already invested so much time into. However, what the universe is trying for you to understand is like, that's okay. There is you need to stay in that control, and you should not get defensive during this week. If somebody tells you that whatever you are doing is not totally correct, like, reflect on it. They might have a point. You might need to give them a chance and listen to what they have to say, and then apply it to your situation in a way that would make whatever project you're working on even better. But you gotta stay in control, like, and you gotta improve on whatever is it that you are doing. This can pertain to any area of your life. This could be in regards to the small business that you have and you're working on, and then you get like one of those like what are those people called? Oh my god. I love doing my readings in the morning, but then I also forget like half of the words in the morning. Consultants, like you might have hired a consultant to come in and kind of like see what you're doing, and you feel like you're like super efficient about things and you feel like you're doing everything right, but the consultant might pinpoint certain areas of your business that are not really working in your benefit, and you might feel like you need to be defensive at first because again, you're working hard, you're putting all this effort in, and by being defensive, you're not going to resolve anything. But taking control of the situation and improving it is what is going to be beneficial for you. This can pertain to your children. This can pertain to your partner, your relationship. This can pertain to your friends, anybody. You might think that you're the best friend ever, but somebody might point it out. Hey, dear Pisces, like you always show up 10 minutes later than I ask you to. Like you tell me you're going to be here at 4 and then you show up at 4:10, 4:15. Like they might point those things out and it might feel annoying. However, if you address those issues, they're going to make you a better person and they're going to make you grow as an individual in many ways. What this week is not good for is I don't want to say it, but this is how the message comes through to me, like being selfish in certain areas, being kind of like stuck on I'm the best, I know what I'm doing, I don't want to listen to nobody. That's not the week to do it. It will definitely hinder your process and it will hinder your relationships if you stay in that stubborn energy of not letting anybody else's opinion help you grow. The advice from the universe is very simple. You are a you are a student of life, as we all are, and you have to embrace that. Like you have to be diligent in what you do. You also have to listen to the criticism of others and apply it in order to grow. And again, don't be defensive, my dear Pisces. Overall, great energy, great week. Makes me happy to see you reading like this. A really cool energy that I'm seeing from you, and definitely this week will bring you progress. And it will definitely make you a much better individual in the end. I hope this helped. Please like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. Also, leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out for you. And have a wonderful week, my dear Pisces. My dear Aries, welcome. This is your energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame, what energies you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe for you. The beneficial energy is being represented by the Five of Cups. The energy that you should be cautious of is represented by the King of Cups. And advice from the universe is the Two of Cups. Interesting week, my dear Aries. You're definitely gonna feel very reflective during this time frame. You're gonna really spend a lot of time in your head evaluating your situations, evaluating your life. You're gonna evaluate every aspect of your life. Maybe you'll think about your work, you'll think about your partner. I see a lot of cups here. It definitely feels like an emotional situation. You're gonna reevaluate everything in your life as it affects your feelings and your emotions. For sure, you're gonna try to figure out what feels good for you and what doesn't, what you have and what you don't have, in a sense that like what is it that you have that makes you happy and what is it that you don't have that would make you happy if you were to have it. And it's going to be good for you to spend this time and honestly reflect on what you want and what you don't want, what you need and what you don't need. Sometimes a lot of people just like, I guess it's a human nature thing, like where we are being taught from the young age, you gotta be thankful for what you have, you gotta be happy, not like this little bit that you have in this area of life is great because other people have it less than you do. And that's not the mentality to go by, right? Like, yes, we have to be thankful for everything, but just because somebody else has it worse than us, it shouldn't make it okay for us to deal with things that we really don't have to deal with. And what I mean by this, like, you might have a lot of thoughts and reflections that will go around your relationship. You will evaluate whether this relationship works for you the way you want it to work. And yes, there's going to be no 100% beautiful relationship anywhere. However, you will definitely sit down and kind of like look at the pros and cons of what you have and whether those pros are enough for you to stay in a relationship and whether those cons are something that you might feel is super important to you, yet you're not getting in your relationship. And definitely not a week to detach, not a week to walk away from those emotions because they are uncomfortable. It is a week to take them head on and really spend the time on it. If this does not have to do with your relationships, then it's going to deal with other areas of your life. For example, you might have certain feelings about your work situation. You might feel like you're not being supported enough by your supervisors, yet you're getting paid so much. Like, look at these cups. You got 2 full cups and 3 cups that are on the ground and spilled over. So you might be getting paid well. You might be working decent hours. Like, you know, like there might be amazing benefits with your job, but then it's like your colleagues suck, your supervisor sucks, you're not ever acknowledged for all the hard work that you're doing, you're not challenged enough. Same as in the relationship. You could be like, okay, my partner's there for me all the time, my kids love the partner, whatever, but we haven't done anything together in like 1,000 years. I haven't heard a compliment from my partner in like 6 months. The partner's not interested in like splitting chores or whatever. So you're gonna do this pros and cons this week, and you should definitely do it. Don't walk away from all those uncomfortable feelings, because it will really bring out what you want. Like, it will bring out what you need in your life too, and then you will be able to make decisions based on what based on what you feel you need, which is super important. The advice from the universe is every connection requires attention and care, and it works both ways. So as you're thinking of all these things, of your feelings, of your emotional space, think about like the areas that are lacking care and attention that maybe you could work on. For example, if this is a relationship situation, then maybe there's something you can do. And what you could do, especially in a relationship, is speak up. Let's have that conversation. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what I need. This is what I don't need. Obviously, it's easier said than done. However, the universe calls you to do that, to make those evaluations and to act, like to attend to those feelings. If this is a work situation, I don't know, it could be a little bit more complicated, but again, you gotta put attention into it. Maybe you could be moved to a different department. Maybe you could find a job that's similar pay, similar benefits, similar hours elsewhere where the people around you will be more supportive. Overall, great energy, my dear Aries. This is how we grow and become a better human being and are happier as the life, uh, as we as we progress in our lives. And this makes sense. This reflexive period with the moon being not moon. I'm sorry, Mercury being retrograde. It definitely gives everybody these thoughts of reflection and kind of gives us space to think about where we are and what we want. Beautiful week. I love it for you. I hope this reading helped. Please click subscribe and like the video. Also leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out for you. Have a great week, my dear Aries. Hello, my dear Taurus. Welcome. This is your energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through the 25th. Next thing you know, the year is going to be over. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame, what energies you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe. You know, before I even flip the cards, I just gotta say it, I already feel much lighter energy coming up this week than the energy that you were sitting in last week. Look at these cards, amazing. So you got a Page of Wands as your beneficial energy, Wheel of Fortune as the energy that you should be cautious of, and the Six of Wands as your advice from the universe. You know, and I really love this energy for you. You know, like, it's so easy to forget that we are just human beings, right? Like, we're walking in this earth for whatever time is given to us, and we just gotta learn all those little things that are being thrown our way to make ourselves better. And I truly believe in that like every little situation that happens in our life pushes us to reflect, pushes us to understand who we are, and also pushes us to accept that in the end of the day we are this one island, and we are responsible for our own happiness. We are responsible for our own luck in a way. And exactly what the cards are saying this week, like, you gotta stay honest with yourself. You gotta stay sincere, and you could be a little bit impatient in how you want things done and how you want things to be. And you know what? If you are being called to do something, to learn something, to change something in your life, this is the time to do it. Just acknowledge the fact that you might not know everything, and that's okay. However, if you feel there's a way to better your life, go for it. And this can pertain to any area of your life. I see it as your passions, your desires. So this could work. This could apply to your work situation, where you might have wanted to apply for a higher position within the company that you already work in. Like, maybe you want to get into management, maybe you want to move to a different department, but you've been a little scared about it. This week, if you have that thought, you know what, I should just do it, go ahead and do it. What's the worst that can happen? They'll say no. However, it's going to build up your confidence, and it's going to build up your ability to try to do things anew in other areas of your life as well. If you've been trying to start on a renovation in your house, maybe this week, as you just gotta jump into it. And again, I said, look at it from a perspective of a learner, look at it from a perspective of a student, like an experienced person, because that's what pages are. Even if you want to do that renovation, like, acknowledge that you don't know a lot about the renovations. However, act on it and start putting like a little picture, not portfolio, what is it called? Like those boards that people like to do. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Like where you take a board and you put like all the pictures of how you want your space to look like and use it as your inspiration. This is the time to do it. The luck, unfortunately, is not going to be as beneficial to you this week as you might hope for it to be. So hoping for things to happen without action, or hoping for something, for some change to come into your life, is not really going to be a great strategy. Acting on something, doing something, really taking the initiative is going to be the best energy for you this upcoming week. And you know what? This is the advice from the universe, the Six of Wands. Look at you. You're on top of the horse. You're being celebrated by everyone around it. And what that means is that whatever you're going to be, like, even though you should not rely on luck, you will still be lucky in the outcomes. Like, you will be lucky and you with your family, you'll be lucky with your support system, you'll be lucky if you're going to go and apply for a loan at the bank for that renovation. You will be lucky. Like, everything is going to come through for the most part, and you will be successful in whatever you dip your toes into. However, you gotta act. You can't just sit on the couch and wait for it to happen. Definitely that feeling of, not even feeling, but that call for not being patient on action. How do I rephrase that? Because that's the message that I'm getting. Like, don't sit on it, but take it head first. I don't see it pertaining to your love life. I don't see it pertaining to your even emotions. I do see it tied to more of a physical world. And I do see it, you bettering your surroundings, like you bettering your work situation, you bettering your life situation, like your home situation, like your space rather. You're acquiring things, you're acquiring skills. Yeah, and again, the advice from the universe is so strong. Don't be scared. Go for it. The worst that's gonna happen, somebody's gonna tell you, you know what, no, not right now, not for you. But that's cool. At least 8 out of 10 times you will get go ahead in your movement. Beautiful energy. I love the determination and I love the options for you. I love the possibilities. The possibilities are endless. Very good energy, and it's definitely directed towards desires outside of relationships. Very interesting. Great energy, my dear Taurus. I hope this reading helped. Please like and click subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and leave a comment to let me know how your week played out for you. Have a wonderful week, my dear Taurus. Hello, my friend Gemini. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. And of course, Gemini reading always makes the cards go all over the place. We're always all over the place. Well, it is what it is. Here's the beneficial energy for you during this time frame. Energy that you should be cautious of. And advice from the universe. Okay, I'm feeling chill, cool, fun energy already. And I haven't even flipped the cards over. Look at this chill, fun energy. Here we go. We got a 6 of Cups for the beneficial energy, the Hierophant for the energy that you should be cautious of, and the 2 of Wands as advice for the universe. So this week you're definitely going to be caught up in reflections, caught up in memories, caught up in like clearing out the toxicity of your past even. Definitely a great week for healing, for inner well-being. Right now, with Mercury being retrograde, this definitely makes a whole ton of sense, because like the of Cups card always makes us look back and see how the past was, like what was so great in the past, what were the happy memories that you have, what were those, like the comforting memories, like the comfort food that we have. Like sometimes we just look back at how we spent certain time with certain people and how happy it made us. However, this is a time to not only concentrate on the positive memories, the ones that make us happy and make us calm and make us smile. This is also a time to allow yourself to heal from whatever is holding you back because of your past experiences. So your past is, I want to say it in a way that makes sense and to the point. So I apologize for the lag here. The past controls who we are as individuals. A lot of times we react in situations without realizing that this is something that we've learned in our childhood. Sometimes somebody might say something to you and it's going to trigger you on that low level, and we don't even realize that we're being triggered, yet we are being triggered. We're reacting to a situation in a defensive manner, or in a manner that's not beneficial for us, or in a manner that's actually making us upset, because something in the past happened to us and we learned that that was the reactive behavior that should come in this type of a situation. So right now you really got to look back at all those things, and it could be even like the quote-unquote positive things that are told by our parents, like you have to sacrifice yourself um, to make things happen. And you know what? No, sometimes you don't have to sacrifice yourself. Sometimes you gotta learn to chill the hell out and learn to preserve your energy, and learn not to give that energy to other people. Like sacrifice of yourself could also be not only in working too much, but also staying up at night to go pick up your friend at the airport, where all they can do is like pay $10 for an Uber and get to the place where they're going just the same, except you get your sleep. You don't have to waste your gas money. You don't have to waste your resources. And sometimes it's okay to acknowledge that we do things to please others, and we do things to like overwork ourselves because we might not feel like we're doing enough. And this is the time to heal it, like cut it out. Past is in the past. Past needs to be acknowledged, and past needs to be healed. Because all those traditions that the families impose onto us, all those moral and ethical BS things that people put onto us based on their own fears, based on their own misunderstandings, is reflected on us. It makes me think how my mom's gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna say it. When I was a young kid, I was like 7 or 8 years old, she would always tell me, wear a looser shirt because this shirt makes you look fat because it's too small. And guess what? I'm 38 years now. It's 30 years later. And it still is with me to this day, because she was saying this to me 30 years ago. She didn't think anything of it, yet it stuck with me for my whole life. And it stuck with me in regards to how I dress and how I look at clothing and how I look at myself. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is the time to reevaluate your past and let go, heal all that nonsense that's being put onto us by the society, by our family, by the traditions, and by this excuse of morality. And the advice from the universe is Leave those quote-unquote home things behind. Leave that past behind that makes your life, that hinders your process. It's okay to leave it in the past, and you really do need to make a solid decision on plan on how you're going to move forward. How do you going to move past it? Yeah, that's all I got. Beautiful energy in regards to healing. Really great energy to heal and become better, and to leave that whole past in the past. Amazing healing energy, my dear Gemini. I absolutely love it. I hope this reading helped. Please click like and subscribe to the video if you haven't done so as of yet. And let me know how this week played out for you in the comment box below. Have a wonderful week. Hello, my dear Cancer. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame. Energies that you should be cautious of. And advice from the universe. Let's see what we got. Interesting energies, my dear Cancer. So the beneficial energy is the Five of Pentacles. The energy that you should be cautious of is the Strength card. And the advice from the universe is Seven of Swords. I almost feel like we just had Seven of Swords as advice in one of your recent readings, which I love. And let's see. So, you know, the transformation is needed. Transformation is needed of how you view things, how you view your life, how you perceive your life even. A lot of times you may be coming from a place of not having enough, a place of poverty or insecurity, and a place of need. And this is a week to acknowledge all those things. This is a week to look at your life from a sober perspective and like see, okay, why am I feeling insecure? What is it that I'm feeling insecure about? Why am I feeling like I need more than I have? Like, what is it in my life that's not making me happy? That's putting me into the state of overthinking, overanalyzing, and really making me unhappy. So once you're going to be able to realize what is it that's making you insecure, what is it that's making you unhappy, then you will be able to make a real change. And the change is going to start from within you. This change needs to happen within you because the transformation of our life really only happens when we acknowledge our own energetic state and we work on it to better it. When we feel better, somehow everything around us just like falls into place. Everything is lucky and everything is happy. When we feel off, when we feel insecure, when we feel like we don't have enough, all of a sudden everything around us is kind of collapsing, where we don't have enough money, we don't have enough acknowledgement from other people around us. Like, it just kind of like however we feel on the inside, the outside follows that. And this week, you gotta really look into your life and see in which areas of your life you feel there's a deficit. And acknowledge that deficit and start changing that deficit. The great thing about this card, like, yes, it looks kind of sad, like it's snowing, they're cold, this lady's like barefoot walking through the snow. What this card is telling you, that the door is like right here. Like, you're almost at the door. You're about to walking through the door. Walk away from the snow. Walk away from this injury. Walk away from this insecure mindset, and you're about to walk into something beautiful, something safe, something a lot more secure. However, what you need to understand is that just dismissing all of this and kind of hyping yourself up and saying, I'm strong, I'm brave, is not going to really give you any kind of success this week. You really got to sit with those feelings, those emotions, and you got to process them. You got to really understand where they're stemming from before you can really overcome them. So suppressing your emotions definitely not going to be helpful. However, also walking around and sharing your emotions with everyone else is not going to be helpful either. And I'm not talking about like licensed help, like a therapist or a counsel of sort. That could be helpful. What I'm talking about is like your family, your friends, your coworkers. You know, there's no need to share those things with them at this time frame because it's not going to really help you. It's just going to give you a lot of advice that's not needed, or it will only, like a lot of times when we share things with people, we'll tell them, oh, I really feel disappointed in this and that, and they say, you know what, you should be feeling disappointed in this and that, and that only kind of perpetuates this feeling of, I don't know, like this negative feeling instead of like letting you heal it. Stay inside of yourself and let you process it. If you do seek counsel, that could be a week, like a good week to start like counseling sessions, if that's something that you've been thinking about and trying to do for yourself. Also keep in mind that sometimes when you share your true feelings with people around you, the arguments may arise because of their own insecurities and their own inaptitude, and they just become very defensive. So if this pertains to your marriage, because the Five of Pentacles is a card of marriage, and let's say you're not really happy about certain things, you feel like you're not getting enough out of the relationship, you feel insecure in the relationship because your partner is just not doing for you what you need them to do. They're not giving you compliments, they're not warm towards you, they're being rather cold. By starting this conversation, they will only go into defense mode. So maybe not the best week to start that conversation. However, it is a good week to evaluate where you stand, what your needs are, where your insecurities lay, whether those insecurities are even validated in any way. Like if you don't feel attractive all of a sudden because your partner is not approaching you, is it, like, be honest with yourself. Is it because of you, of how you look, how you feel about yourself, or is it because your partner is being, I don't want to say the word that's coming to my mind, but they're just not being a good partner? Like, dig down to that truth, and the truth will set you free for sure. It's right here. It's like right here. I think my iPad froze for a second. I hope it didn't. Technology and I, we do not get along. Okay, my dear Cancer, overall good week of healing. I love this energy. I love that you can finally start looking deep into yourself and moving away from all those negative feelings and negative thoughts that have been on your mind for quite some time. I hope this reading helped. Please like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. Also, leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out. Have a wonderful week. Hello, my dear Leo. Welcome. This is your energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Jesus, look at all these cards just falling out. This one wanted to come out too. Okay, we take them as they come. So your beneficial energy is being represented by the King of Cups. The energy that will hinder your process this week is the Death card. And advice from the universe is the Ten of Cups. Really interesting energy. It reminds you to remember to stay calm. Remember to stay kind. Remember to stay easygoing. This is the week when your not your life, but more like you as an individual, you're going to be tested a little bit. Not like a crazy test, but there's going to be a little test where you will need to exercise your patience, and you will need to react in a way that's kind and calm to the people around you. Like, you really have to detach from whatever negativity that you might be feeling in regards to any type of situation. For example, if this pertains to a relationship, you might your partner might tell you this week, you know what, my dear Leo, like, you haven't spent enough time with me. And your first reaction will be like, what are you talking about? I'm working all the time. I'm giving you all I got. No, chill. Be calm. Be kind. You gotta detach from those emotions of fire. Put them on the side and say, you know what? Maybe that's the truth. Maybe I am not being a good partner this week, or like for whatever time frame. Maybe I do need to acknowledge that and accept it. Maybe I need to make a decision of how I should be a better partner within my situation. Maybe this is a work situation that's going to come up where somebody's going to tell you, Leo, like, you didn't do this correctly. Instead of reacting, detach and stay calm, stay kind, and just say, okay, let me look at it. You know, like, don't get engaged in a deeper discussion. Do not give somebody that fire of yours to hold it against you at a later point. If you stay detached, if you stay calm, if you stay kind, you will be able to maintain your relationships and also work through whatever it is coming up. Like, right now, it's not about like some kind of like crazy changes or, you know, moving those mountains. This is the time to keep everything calm, everything collected. Like, stagnation is what this card is all about. Like, in this position, like, keep everything stagnant. There's no need for movement. You're not in a rush to get anywhere. You're not in a rush to get things done. It's not going to get done the way you want it anyway, because the Mercury is being retrograde. So you can't be making any decisions before October anyway. So just stay chill, stay calm, put your family as a priority. And that's what the universe is advising you to do. Oh, my battery's dying. Of course. Of course. Sorry. Has nothing to do with you. However, you know, put your inner happiness on the forefront. Put your joy in the family on the forefront. Keep the peace. That's a lot more important than being right. That's a lot more important than, being right. That's all I gotta say. Like, being right this week is not gonna help you in the long run. Being kind, being calm, and being detached is what's gonna get you through this week in the most positive way, in the happiest way, in the most fulfilling way. I hope this reading helped, my dear Leo. Please click subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so as of yet. And leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out for you. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Hello, my dear Virgo. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame. Energies that you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe. Whoa. My dear Virgo, you're really affected by the Mercury retrograde, aren't you? The beneficial energies are represented by the Three of Swords. The energy that you should be cautious of is represented by the Death card. And advice from the universe is the Six of Swords. You know, this is the week to concentrate on something creative, concentrate on something positive, concentrate on things that actually make you happy. Otherwise, you're gonna be really caught up in thinking about your emotions in a very negative way. You're gonna be feeling heartbroken, you're gonna be feeling like you're suffering, and on an emotional level, you're really gonna be feeling suffocated if you let yourself. This is the week to try to process the emotions of hurt and also allow your creative energies to flow and maybe utilize that energy of hurt to make something creative, to work with your hands, to work on some time of a home project or I don't know, like an artistic project or even like a self project of some kind. What I mean by that is like if you're feeling sadness because of, you know, obviously something happened to you in the past. Like, I mean, you have three swords going through your heart. So there's an emotional instability already there. And you're feeling really, maybe you're feeling very resentful to what has happened to you. Maybe you're feeling a lot of grief in regards to whatever has happened. This week, you gotta use that energy and put it into something else. Put it in the creative energy where you maybe, if you paint, create a painting. If you sing, write a song or just sing, play the piano. If you like to work out, go for walks, do that instead. Like use that energy to feed the other side of you instead of feeding your negative emotions. Obviously, acting on any of these emotions this week is not going to be helpful because you have death in your energies that you should be cautious of. You're going to want to change things that pertain to your emotional life. Like you might want to call your ex, or you might want to just sit there and tell your partner how much of a piece of this and a piece of that they are because they haven't been there for you the way you feel like you want them to. Or you might want to tell somebody off because of something they've done or they said something in a way that you did not like. Cool off on that. Do not do any kind of actions that will hinder your relationship in the long term. Just chill, sit back. The change is not going to happen anyway, or whatever change you're gonna kind of stir up this week is not going to be beneficial for you in the long term. What you should do instead is try to walk away from these negative emotions. If you can't fully process them by yourself, seek counsel, seek advice. This is a good time to get a professional involved to help you process your feelings and your emotions, especially if you're stuck on them for like a long time and you haven't been able to get away from it, because this is the time of healing. This is a time to leave negative behind, to leave the pain behind, to leave anything that's holding you back behind, and it's time to move forward. Whatever has happened in the past, I don't know what it was. And obviously you can't dismiss certain things in life. But this, whatever happened, and you staying on it without processing it, is hindering your process. Now you need to walk away from it. And the way you can walk away from it is by either putting this energy into something creative or by seeking counsel to process all of your deep emotions and the hurt wounds, or allowing yourself time to process whatever happened on your own. But however you're going to do it, staying with it and acting in it is not going to be beneficial for you. Great opportunity to heal, my dear Virgo. I like it. I like that you do have, it's coming up for you, because if it's coming up for you, then it means that you're going to be able to walk away from it a lot sooner. I hope this reading helped. Please click subscribe and like the video. Also, leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out for you. Have a wonderful week, my Virgo. Hello, my dear Libra. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th through September 25th. Let's see. Messy energy. What energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame? Energies that you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe for my Libra. The beneficial energy is represented by the Justice card. How nice. The energy that you should be cautious of is represented by the Ace of Pentacles. And advice is the Seven of Swords. Awesome sauce. So, my dear Libra, you may have been feeling a type of way for the past few weeks where your life just feels totally not balanced. And especially as it pertains to your relationships, work relationships or friendships or your love relationships. There's been a feeling of certain things you're doing a little bit too much for the people who are not doing enough for you. And you're seeking that balance. You're seeking to figure out how to really kind of like bring some balance into your relationships. What I mean by it is that, like, for example, if you have a friendship and you've been calling this person up, inviting them out for like the past couple of months, and every time, even if you make plans, they'll just ditch you. They don't show up. Like 5 minutes later, they have an excuse that something happened. Or they might tell you that they're busy every time you invite them out. Like, this is the time to handle that situation and to let that situation go. You need more balance in your life, and you need to cut out individuals who are not giving you harmony, who are not treating you equal to the way that you're treating them. If this is a love relationship, same thing applies. If you feel like you've been giving and giving and giving, and you're not getting enough back, then this is a week to like really discuss it, a week to really address it. This is not to start something new. This is a week to really dig into whatever is there now. And the Justice card is interesting. So for a lot of you, it does have to do with friendships, relationships, even like colleagues at work. For some of you, this has to do with legal situations. Maybe you are taking somebody to court, or you are trying to understand what your legal rights are within a situation. And what the universe is saying is definitely address it, definitely dig into it, but how do I say it in a way that it sounds not crazy? But make sure that you are not having some kind of hope that it's going to work out in your benefit if you're putting yourself out there, if that makes sense. Like, you got to be a little bit strategic as you're approaching every single situation this week. If this is a legal situation, you got to be strategic. You got to go into it understanding exactly what your legal rights are, where you stand, and what the potential downfall for you may be as it pertains to the law. If this has to do with a relationship, like a friendship that I described earlier, with a friend who doesn't return your phone calls, who doesn't show up on time, you just have to understand that when you're going to have that conversation, you might lose that friend, and that's okay. Like, having that hopeful attitude might not be realistic this week. What's going to be realistic this week is addressing issues as they come, and be really strategic on how you're approaching situations, because And also open up your mouth if you feel like you have to. Like the Seven of Swords card is really interesting. Like it's a card of like sneakery and trickery and all that kind of stuff. However, it's also a card of strategy, a card of being really smart about how you proceed in a situation, being kind of like pen it all out in front of you, have a plan before you go in, and also not being afraid to get into conversations and bring up conversations that are not conventionally comfortable to have, as in call that friend out. Like, you call yourself a friend, where the hell have you been the last few, like, whatever months? And why are you ditching me all the time? Have that conversation. And those relationships that are not playing out for you. Same as if it's a legal matter. When you understand your rights and you're coming in prepared, you can have a logical argument because you're going to understand where you can win and where you can sabotage yourself. So definitely a great week to resolve a whole bunch of conflict in personal life, or as it pertains to the legal situation, to some kind of a law. This could also be like an HR situation where somebody may have wrote a complaint about you. And this is going to be a week when you have to like stand up for yourself and tell them, you know what, this is how it is, and keep it moving. However, this week will allow you to finalize some things that you're not happy about, which is great. It's going to give you an opportunity to speak up for yourself, to say what's on your mind, as long as you are clear of what you're saying and as long as you prepare your conversation prior to executing it, you're going to be very successful in whatever happens. This is not a time to hope for something better, if that makes sense. Hope for some kind of a result without any action. Definitely going to have to act. I hope this reading helped, my dear Libra. Definitely great energy to stand up for yourself, to stand up for you feel is right, and definitely get things your way. If you haven't liked the video, please do so and click subscribe while you're at it. Also, let me know how this week played out for you in the comment box below. Have a wonderful week. Bye. My dear Scorpio, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your energetic check-in for the week of September 19th to September 25th. Let's see what energies are going to be beneficial for you during this time frame, energies that you should be cautious of, and advice from the universe for you. Oh my dear Scorpio, there's been so much going on in your life in the last few months. It's insane. The beneficial energy is the Ten of Swords. The energy that you should be cautious of is the Seven of Cups. And energy that the advice from the universe that I get is the Seven of Wands. Incredible. You've been in this fear mindset. You've been in this constant distress for a while now. There's been a lot on your mind. There's been people in your life who definitely crossed you over. And this week is to acknowledge what has happened. Acknowledge for what is making you so imprisoned in your own head. Like the Ten of Swords card, like it looks miserable, right? You got a guy and he's been stabbed 10 times in his back. Not once, not twice, 10 times. Excessive force. Definitely an example of it. He's been backstabbed. Not even front stabbed, backstabbed 10 times into his back. And that's how you're feeling right now. You're feeling like the world has totally collapsed on you. The world has been really defeating you by all the crap that's been thrown your way in the last few months. This could be you just feel tired, you feel exhausted. You're done. You're definitely done. The beautiful thing about this card is acknowledge that you're done. Acknowledge that all this fear is being caused by all these things that have fallen on your head in the last few months. And look at this guy. He has his hand up to the universe. There's hope. There's a sunrise in the back. There's hope. There's rebirth. Whatever has happened, whatever failures that you have experienced, whatever backstab from people you have experienced in the last few months, it's time to process it and let it go. Allow that sunrise to bring a new day into your life. Allow that hope to overpower the fear that you have. Look at the beautiful things in your life. Look at whatever makes you happy. Concentrate on that. Being in a state of disillusionment or like searching for some kind of a purpose right now, looking in your choices, daydreaming is not the way to go. Right now, you gotta acknowledge your hurts, acknowledge what's making you so. In my vision, I see it like somebody curling as a ball, like in a corner, like in the shower, and just crying. Like, what has brought you to this place? What is it? Process it. And acknowledge that it happened. Cut away all the people who have hurt you. Cut away all the negativity that's being brought to you by the negative family members. Cut away the toxic coworkers. This is the time to move on. This is the time to get away from this nonsense. This is not a time to daydream for something better to happen. This is not a time to daydream for the beautiful possibilities that the world has to offer. Yes, they're there. I mean, you can't deny it, but it's in your hands. Like, you gotta get there. Like, luck doesn't happen without the hard work, right? Like, you work hard and then all of a sudden you become lucky because things that you've been working on in some way align all of a sudden. The universe is letting you know that even though you are in this place of healing, of letting go of the hurtful past and starting anew, you will still feel like there's sticks being thrown in the wheels of your bicycle as you're riding on this path. You will have things come up. Like, the way I look at it, like, there's the guy with his wand, and look how much higher he is. Look how much bigger his wand is. The rest of the world who's throwing these sticks at him are like way beneath them. The sticks are much shorter. Like, he has a full advantage. And this is you, my dear Scorpio. You have a full advantage. You might feel like this, but in reality, this is where you're at. You might feel defeated, but in reality, you possess the strength and perseverance that is needed to get yourself through this little time frame that is that's giving you that sense of collapse and defeat. You got this. You just gotta look for that within yourself. You can't hope for somebody to come and save you. You gotta look at yourself as your own savior. Make a list of all the things that you gotta do. If you're feeling overwhelmed, start crossing the items off. If you know that you have toxic family, stop talking to them. Doesn't matter. Stop it. They're not helping you. If you're having friends who are saying BS behind your back, cut them out. They're not going to change. You should not be hoping for them to change. Nobody changes unless they choose to change. So take that into consideration and remember that you hold the biggest stick. You are in control. You are totally empowered to make your life the way you want it to be. But you gotta act on it. Wow, Scorpio, what a great week to realize that you have your own strength. What a great week to change your attitude and start battling your fears. Really love this reading for you. I hope it helped. Please click subscribe and like if you haven't done so as of yet. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, my dear Sagittarius. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of September 19th to September 25th. Let's see what energies will be beneficial for you during this time frame. Energies that you should be cautious of. And advice from the universe. Okay, wow. So I just gotta be honest with you, and this is the second time I'm starting this reading, and I had to take like a half an hour break in between, because when I started the last reading, I felt very shaky, very clouded minded, and very I couldn't get my words out of my mouth. Like, it was really insane. As a Gemini, this rarely happens to me. But I got so stuck in your energy that it was even hard to just like move forward for a second. And I feel it, and I see this in the cards as well. I feel it in the cards. You've been having money on your mind, money on your mind, money on your mind. Your success has been really hard on your mind. And I feel that you've been putting your money above everything else in your life, which is not a bad thing. It really is not. And the universe is telling you that the money will be highlighted this week again for you. However, you gotta remember that you gotta be honest with yourself in regards to what you need and what you don't need. There is no time to see, I'm stuck again. This is crazy. So the message that I'm getting is that even though you've been stuck on your money for a while and you've been putting your money above all, continue doing so this upcoming week. Even though it feels blinding, even though it feels paralyzing, you gotta figure out really what you need and what you don't need to sort certain things out in your mind. You cannot be comfortable right now. You cannot be in this place of I have it all, because you really don't have it all. Or at least don't put this face up to the universe. Don't put this fake face up to the people around you, because they can see right through you. What you need to do is make a pro and con list of what I have list, what I don't have list, what I need, what I don't need list. Some kind of a list that clearly outlines where you are. What is it that you have? What is it that you don't have? You gotta have a clear picture before you put yourself in this mindset of like, I don't have enough. You gotta understand what you do have and what you have enough of. You have to understand what are you spending your money on that's not important. Because there's definitely stuff that you're putting your money into that's absolutely not important. Yet it's hindering your process because you are in this mindset of deficit. Meanwhile, you're wasting money on things that are further putting you in real deficit. And it's stressing you out, like it's blinding you. And the reason why it's blinding you is because you don't have a clear picture of what you have and what you don't have. You don't understand what you need and what you don't need. You just feel like you need, and you don't have enough. Yet you're wasting your money on things that are not important. Calling you out, my dear Sag, because that's exactly what it is. And really feels like a money situation, really feels like a work situation. It really is overwhelming you. It's like your family right now is not that important. Your friendships are not as important as they usually are. Like nothing is important to you right now. It's pretty crazy. And the universe is calling you. So you know what? You gotta move on. You gotta figure out how to find that peace and harmony within yourself. The only way you're gonna do it is if you leave behind this mentality, I don't have enough. And if you will really, so yes, leave behind that mentality and create a new picture for yourself of what is it that you need. And putting on that face of financial stability to people around you does not really impress anybody. However, it's putting a lot of strain on you. It really is. Because not only are you lying to yourself, you're lying to everybody around you as well. Again, this might not pertain to everybody. This is not for every single Sagittarius out there. Not every Sag is the same. For a lot of you, that's what it is. For some of you, because Pentacles also mean not only the financial resources, but also your energy. You might feel drained out. You might feel like your family is draining you out. You might feel like you've been giving away too much into your professional responsibilities or into your family responsibilities, even your friendships. And you can putting on this face like, yes, it's okay, I'll do another thing. Yes, I don't need to rest today. I can go out with my friends. Yes, I can, put my needs aside and go watch my niece or something. I don't know. You keep doing, you keep giving, you keep on wasting your resources. And you got to walk away from this. You got to realize, what is it that you have? What is it that you don't have? Is it like, how much energy do your weekly, not events, but like your weekly responsibilities take up? Take that into consideration. Look at your schedule. Look at your book. If you have a book where there are things written down, see where is the most energy going to. Do you need to be putting your energy into those things? Where are you going to find the energy for you? No one cares about how you come off. The more you come off as well off, the more you come off as energized, the more you come off as you have, the more people will take away from you. And it's going to kind of continue in that perpetual cycle of yours. You got to walk away. You got to walk away from your own perception of yourself right now. You got to walk away from it. Reevaluate your life. Reevaluate what you have, what you don't have. I already said it like 10 times. I hope this helps, my dear Sag. Great week to acknowledge that you're only a human. As sad as it sounds, we're only people here. And it's okay not to be, not to be everything for the people around you. It really is okay. You've got to be enough for yourself and figure out what that looks like. I hope this reading helped. Please click subscribe and like the video. Also leave a comment in the comment box below to let me know how this week played out for you. Have a wonderful week.